South St. Paul. Man, I hate to shit on the place, but it's not even the armpit of the Twin Cities. It's the asshole of the Twin Cities. The place is just, it's a nuisance, and I do apologize, okay? If anybody's watching this and you guys live there, you guys reside there, I'm sure to some degree you guys are proud residents, proud to call that place home. But the reality is, all my life, right? I'm in my early 30s, all my life, that place has been nothing but a nightmare to drive past, right? And I've only driven like down the side streets and the main streets of South St. Paul only a handful of times, so I can't say for certain what South St. Paul is like as a whole, right? But what I can tell you is that the Wakota Bridge alone is one of the worst experiences anybody will ever fucking experience when you're driving, right? If you're on 494 and you're heading south from, say, Woodbury, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you hit that bridge, you can't avoid it. You can't deny it. And it takes everything in your power to not make that decision to just drive right through the barrier and right off the fucking bridge to put yourself out of your misery, because the smell is that bad. And it's not just one of these things where like, oh, it's just kind of it's a passing thing, and 10 seconds after you drive over the bridge, your car will smell fine again. No, the shit sticks with you. And when I say sticks with you, I'm talking about in your fucking clothes, on your skin, okay? Like, I went over there deliberately a few days ago because I'm on a mission to find out what the hell exactly it is about that bridge and that area that smells so bad, because I'm confident it's not just one place. It's not just two, but I think there's 3 or 4 different reasons why it smells so goddamn atrocious every time I drive in that area, right? So I mustered up the courage to take the Hardman Avenue exit, right? I took a right. I went over by Santa Max, pulled into the Bonfie parking lot, which is, just one property away from Santa Max. And I don't think it was a processing day, right? It was Saturday. And the smell was just very faint. So I knew damn well it wasn't a processing day, or it wasn't like a heavy processing day, but the smell was still there, right? And it's just, you know exactly what you're smelling. It's animal byproducts, and just rotten flesh, carcass, just, the smell is appalling, really it is. It turns your stomach, and it makes you want to throw up. Like, it takes all your fucking muscle and energy just to keep from not blowing your cookies. So I know Santa Max is one of the reasons, right? Then they have like a animal tanning place, I think, on the other side of 494, a little ways. But what hit me the hardest, you guys, I kid you not, what hit me the fucking hardest when I was down there was after I left that Bonfie parking lot and I drove on Hardman Avenue under the 494 overpass, the fucking stench that came from under the bridge alone. Under the bridge, something, say from 50 meters out on one side of the bridge to 50 meters out on the other side of the bridge, and everything in between. I'm talking one of the worst things I've ever smelled in my life, and I've smelled some pretty disturbing shit. I'm telling you, it was like stepping into a fucking outhouse that hasn't been cleaned in about 3 years, and smelling all the human waste, all the feces, all the urine. Throw in 500 dead mice, 500 dead rats in the toilet too, and their corpses and their flesh are rotting, and it's 150 degrees outside. Take all that shit, that whole situation, right? All those factors in, tenfold. And that's what it smelled like. I kid you not. It was absolutely unbelievable. And that was just driving under the bridge. So there's something directly related to the bridge. Whether it's, I'm assuming, the river's right there. I'm assuming it's shitty water quality, in the river. Just sewage. But there was something, I'm telling you, directly under that bridge. When I went under that overpass, something hit me like a ton of bricks. And like, you man, I drove under it about 4 or 5 different fucking times, you know, just to make sure it wasn't like, you know, just a one-time occurrence or whatever. No, this shit, like there's something right there, but it's so hard to pinpoint because you have the bridge there, you have some grass on the side and shit, and you can't really see the water from there. So it's hard to pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, but I'm telling you, there's something directly underneath that bridge, or, you know, within a small parameter right around the overpass over Hardman Avenue, that is making that bridge absolutely fucking terrible to drive over. So you combine that with these different animal rendering plants, you know, these different waste facilities. They have, you know, like the National Waste and Recycling Center down there, or whatever it is too. And then you have these different tanning places. Then you have a slaughterhouse or two. Fuck, man, it isn't hard. It isn't hard to figure out why that place smells so goddamn atrocious. You know, and I mean, you know a place is bad, right? When the residents are filing lawsuits against fucking companies because of the smell that's coming off of these companies. You know a place is bad, right? You know, and as bad as I want to feel for the residents of South St. Paul, I can't feel too bad because they knew, you know, if you buy a place in that area, it's going to smell. It's smelled this fucking bad all my life. For the past 30 years, it's smelled this bad. So, you know, you know what you're getting into if you get a place there, right? If it were me, I'd rather live under a bridge, you know, in Minneapolis somewhere where I could actually tolerate the smell, than buy a property in South St. Paul with a roof over my head and have to tolerate that shit all the time. I mean, the air quality there is absolutely 0 to none. You know, you can't fucking breathe, and that shit stays with you. I'm telling you. A few days ago when I went out there, when I got home, I'm not lying to you. Like, I had to strip, throw my clothes in the washer, immediately go fucking shower to get rid of that smell, you know? It's that bad. It's not like it just, you know, comes into your car and then just boom, it's gone. It evaporates and you don't have to worry about it anymore. No, that shit sticks with you, man, in your clothes, on your skin. That's how intense it is. That's how intense it is. That's why it's such a fucking problem, you know? Like I said, I can't really feel bad for the residents who complain about it because they chose to live there. But at the end of the day, I feel for them. Because if I had to live there, I wouldn't have any hair on my head. You know, I'd be pulling my fucking hair out day in and day out because, you know, just opening the windows would be a death sentence. So South St. Paul is a serious fucking problem, man. They have for a long time, you know. It's about damn time they get their shit figured out and start making some improvements to the fucking odor in that place.